All right, friends, it's Ricky here. Um, I bled the brakes on this yesterday, and had a really hard time bleeding them. Uh, I used to bleed them when I'm by myself. I bleed them with this thing here, but it's old and froze up. Last time I used it, it barely worked. So I ordered this other system off the internet, and it just takes a air compressor and it's supposed to pull the fluid right out like the hand vacuum pump does, but I didn't have much luck with it. Um, like this one on a Volkswagen, when you put the disc brakes on, uh, the bleeder screw is way down on the bottom, so you'll just get fluid out of there continually. So you have to take the wheel off, and you take this back bolt out of the caliper, this back bolt here, and you can swing this straight up. And I just popped it up with a screwdriver. Then you can open the bleeder valve, and it should start pulling fluid out when all the air's gone. So all these lines are brand new, so I had to pull a lot of fluid through there. And same thing with the other side there. You have to take the wheel off, pull that up. Well, you can't really do that when you use the old pumping method with the pedals, because if your caliper's not on there, it'll just pop it right out. So, and on the back here, you can see it's right at the top of the caliper, so it'll pull the fluid right up to the top, so I didn't have to take the back wheels off. But anyway, I hooked it up and sucked air for about an hour, and I wasn't having much luck with it, but it finally did pull some fluid through, and closed it off, went to the next wheel. I always go from the closest one to the master cylinder, then the next closest, then the next closest, and then the furthest away from the wheel cylinder. That's the same thing the book says, I think, but that's the way I've always done it. It's always worked. And so back to bleeding. Then I did the back ones. Well, I just couldn't get this nipple right here to fit on right. And when I loosened my bleeder screw up, it just leaked around the threads. It's just pulling air out around the threads. And if I tightened up far enough, it wouldn't leak around the threads. It also shut the fluid off. So what I did was I took the bleeder screw all the way out and just stuck it on there, and the suction held it on the hole. That's the way I finally got it bled, but it took a really long time. So one of them it wasn't wanting to stick to, so I put a little Vaseline right around the edge, stuck right to it. So that's how I did it. Do I recommend these? I'm not sure, because I probably am not doing something right. But I did get a good break, as you can see. So it's looks like about 2 inches away from the firewall, so that ought to be enough. And I still got this adjustment down here if I need more, but I'll have to find out how good the brake is once I get the body back on and everything. So I'm going to put the motor back on, and when I got this car, the clutch was way at the top and of the pedal. I didn't try to adjust it or anything because I knew I was going to take it right off. But when I measure from the pressure plate to this, it comes out just about where it's touching. So I figure that maybe putting this 72 engine on it, on a 67, maybe there's a spacer or something you need, but I don't know. I'll find out. I'll find out when I put the motor back on if I got a high pedal like that again. So we'll see. I just want to let you know about the brakes. It was really, really difficult with that machine, but seemed like it was easier with the pump one before, but it's just too old and locked up. And I know I got plenty of air pressure. I was running 125 pounds air pressure on it, so it would stick to my finger and hold there pretty good, but I just couldn't get it to work right. So it was just like spitting out little particles of brake fluid, but it eventually pulled it all the way up to the top. But I never did get a solid line to see solid brake fluid. I never did get that. Not on any of them. On the front ones, it was pretty good. It still had bubbles in it, but it was just pulling the air from somewhere else, I believe. I don't know where. But this is what I rigged up. Since I don't have the body on, I just put this board on here and screwed those little angles on to hold a reservoir on there. But that is not the reservoir that goes to this one, but it worked for this purpose. So I'll be putting the engine on pretty soon. Over there it is in the corner, and I'll try to record it for you, but who knows, I kick these things over all the time and everything. And I did record bleeding these brakes, but the bleeder was so loud with air pressure that you couldn't hear a word I was saying, and the air compressor come on and even make it worse. And so I just deleted that and made this one so you could it's just kind of an evaluation of that bleeder thing, and I hope somebody can tell me what I'm doing wrong, so next time I use it I'll be able to get a good flow through the airline without bubbles. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out. You're willing to leave a comment. If you're willing to leave a comment, I'll appreciate it. And you can tell me if you know how to use this bleeder better than that, or if you had problems. Just let me know and we'll figure it all out together. But I'm thinking of trying to get a different system because I just didn't have much luck with that one. Okay, see y'all later. Bye.